Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel, Los Unpassed Sports Reflection and News. Today I'd like to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers winning their 17th championship this past Sunday on October 11th on my mother's birthday. Shout out to my mom, love you. Hope you had a great day. Shout out to the Lakers for winning their championship. You know, they tied the Boston Celtics for the most rings all time. And, once again, LeBron James was the final MVP for the fourth time in his career. And, he's the first player in NBA history to win final MVP on 3 different teams. You know, the first player to ever do that in NBA history. And the league's been going on since 1950. So shout out to King James for accomplishing that feat. And, just shout out to him further cementing how great he is as a player. Before I get on LeBron and his GOAT status, I'd just like to talk about, real quick, Jimmy Butler. Just give him a special little shout out, because I expected him to get swept. I didn't expect them to even make the finals. It's honestly, I picked them to beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference semifinals because I just felt like they matched up well with the Bucks. But I did thought that the Celtics was going to beat them like 4-2. And, they managed to get past, the Celtics, and, they managed to put up a strong fight against LA. And I expected the Lakers to sweep them 4-0, and they didn't. The Heat stole 2 games from the Lakers. Shout out to Jimmy Butler because, in Game 3 he had a 40-point triple-double, and in Game 5 he had a 30-point triple-double, I believe. And the guys on Miami Heat really follow behind him. Jimmy is their leader. He's gritty, he's tough. He execute plays. He willing to guard the best player on the opposite team. He's just willing to do all the dirty work and even score. So you got to really appreciate players like Jimmy and really appreciate organizations like the Miami Heat because they just really set the bar that is really no excuse for no team not to play hard, for no team not to execute, because there are so many teams that have much more talent than the Miami Heat. But yet the Heat showed that they execute better than a lot of teams, that they work harder than a lot of teams, and that they are just mentally tougher than a lot of teams. So shout out to Miami, shout out to Pat Riley, shout out to Eric Spoelstra. And, I hope to see the Heat in the future, do great things. I hope that they get a star big man or a star wing player to go along with Jimmy, because I really feel like with their team and how they filled out with their shooters and Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and with Kendrick Nunn and all these other players, I really feel like the Heat will be a contender for years to come. But once again, getting back to the Lakers and LeBron James, shout out to King James, man. Like I said, he's the first player in history to win 3 different final MVPs, for 3 different teams. And that just shows how great he is, how well, his game translates to other organizations and other teams. And you just got to appreciate everything that he brings to the league and just his status as a superstar. Like, he's legit a legend in the game right now. And he did all this in his 17th season. A lot of people fall off a cliff in sports, especially in basketball, around their 12th, 13th year, even earlier. And the fact that he's in his 17th season and he finished second in MVP voting, and that he's just able to lead his team to a championship, and that he's able to lead his team, lead his team in scoring and rebounding and assists. That just shows how great LeBron is, truly is, in the finals. And he deserved all 11, finals votes for the simple fact he outplayed Anthony Davis every game besides Game 1. So you have to give LeBron his credit and his respect. And, I've been seeing lately, the GOAT talks, whether it's on ESPN, Skip and Shannon show, or Stephen A. Smith, First Take, or just, Kendrick Perkins and Nick Wright and Facebook and Twitter and all these other things that people saying, where his status ranks as a GOAT. And a lot of people making a GOAT argument for LeBron. And I truly do feel that, the argument is valid. You can make a strong argument for LeBron being a GOAT. A fairly strong argument, I feel like. He does have so many records. I just like to read off a few. He's an all-time leader in playoff points at 7,491. He's the all-time leader in steals with 445. He's the all-time leader in games played with 260. He's the all-time leader in field goals with 2,671. He's the all-time leader in win shares with 55.27. Those are all playoff stats I just read off, and he leads in all those categories. So you can't deny the man greatness. Also, just as in the regular season, he's third all times in points scored with 34,241, and he's 4,000 points behind Kareem for passing him for the all-time points record. And with 2 or 3 more years, he could certainly pass that, and I believe he's going to pass it because LeBron never had like any really significant injury in his career that like just derail his career and just derail his season. You know, LeBron is one of the most durable players in any sport in history, and you have to respect that and appreciate that because that just shows how truly great and how truly gifted that LeBron James is. Like his workout regimen or how well he take care of his body or how well he pays attention to his body, and you just gotta respect things like that. LeBron James, he also averaged 27, 7, and 7 for his career. He's the only player in history to do that. Like LeBron, it's so many things with him that you can like, marvel at and appreciate and respect. And me, even being a Kobe and Mike fan, I give LeBron his proper respect. Like the guy is truly one of a kind. You can't deny that, not one bit. Like, by the time his career over, he might have every record, or at least 95% of the records in the NBA, And you just got to appreciate things like that. You got to appreciate that he leads in all NBA selections with 16, like the most ever. 16, that's the most ever. He has the most first team all NBA selections, I believe, at 13. Like, you can't deny that. Like, you just can't deny that. Like, the guy is truly one of the greatest players ever, if not the greatest, He has a GOAT argument. And, if I'm willing to listen to it, like I said, it's so many things that he does lead in and so many things he have accomplished to this point in his career. And he is a 4-time champion and a 4-time NBA MVP. You know what I'm saying? And he has won 4 Finals MVPs on 3 different teams. Like, you have to respect that. There's no hiding from that. Even if you are the biggest LeBron detractor or hater, you can't deny that. I be saying people, like, some of the jokes funny, saying he got a Mickey Mouse ring, and they put us on the rings and say, well, Ray Allen helped him win in 2013 with the shot, and Kyrie helped him win in 2016 with the shot over Steph Curry. Like, they basically try to say people say LeBron's legacy. And, they made big shots, and, it's part of the game, every star needed help, no one truly does it on their own. But you'll be a liar if you say LeBron didn't put those guys in that position to even be able to make a big shot or to even be in contention to even win a series, to even made it that far in the playoffs. Without LeBron, they wouldn't even got to that point. But you do have to appreciate guys for stepping up and making big shots. But, big shots are made by role players and other co-stars. That's just how the game has gone. It shouldn't take away from how great a player is, in their career and their legacy. So when people say things like that, I laugh, but I kind of know how to put it on the back burner because I understand that it's more than just one player making one shot that should discredit somebody winning the ring, and people laughing at saying he got a Mickey Mouse ring and everything. Kawhi was in the bubble, Giannis was in the bubble, and all these they failed. They didn't get it done, and LeBron got it done. So you got to shout out to LeBron and just respect it, like what we was able to see. LeBron, he's definitely, me personally, I have him top 3. I even go as far as saying he's 2, but I'm having a hard time putting him over Kareem just quite yet because Kareem has a lot, man. Kareem has a lot of MVPs and, championships. And, what I'm saying, he was just as great as LeBron, like with the individual praise, as well as he had more team success. So, you got to, give just due and respect to that. But I do feel like LeBron is right there, and there's definitely an argument to be made for LeBron being a GOAT. If for nothing else, he's unique. Like, we may never see a player like him again. There are guys like Giannis who have the size and strength, but they don't have the nimbleness of LeBron that he had, or just the overall ability to create for teammates and to really truly break down the defense that LeBron was able to exude and continue to exude, like to continue to show. You have guys like Luka Doncic, who are just as skillful. He get a lot of triple doubles and things like that, but he don't have the athleticism LeBron have, and he doesn't have just the flair that LeBron have, and just like the ability to carry a team we haven't shown yet to carry a team to the finals and to different heights and lengths of their career. I do truly feel that guys like Zion have the athleticism of a LeBron James, but they don't quite have the game or just the skill set that LeBron have. At least not yet. Like, I haven't seen to the point or anything that's showing that Giannis quite had it yet. So these are all things to see and, you know, to take notice of. You know, once again, I do feel like LeBron is a top 3 player ever. You could say top 2. You could even make an argument for him to be the greatest. But me personally, I have him around 2 or 3. And, you know, I'm not disputing that he won't catch Mike. You know, I feel like if he get 6 rings, I would more than willingly entertain the idea and accept that he's greater than Michael Jordan. You know, it's hard for me to say that, but it's true. It's truthful. Like, LeBron has proven so much to this point in his career. And as a fan of basketball, you have to really appreciate it and really just respect them, you know, the player, you know, because LeBron is truly one of the GOATs, you know, and he's truly, you know, one of a kind. So you have to appreciate that and just, you know, let's just see what he continue to do in these next few years. I don't see him slowing down. So let's just see what King James does, and, you know, we'll go from there. Thanks for watching my channel. I'll have some more material soon. Peace. Love y'all.